I was in a big conglomerate called Elders IXL. It's this company that owned everything out of Australia, and I worked there for a few months, and then I got laid off. And I remember they took me to lunch because I was the youngest employee. I just got hired, so they were told to fire. They were firing like 30% of the workforce globally. So I was the newest guy. They decided to fire me, but they were really nice. They took me to dinner, and I remember this. They were like, "We're there, really nice." And then they said, "What's one thing you've learned?" And I said, "You know what? One thing I learned, I never want to work for anyone again in my life. This is the most suckiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was fired by FAX. This big corporation faxed over just a fax because I was owning the fax machine. It was part of my job. And I saw my name, like, fire this guy. You know, I'm being fired by FAX. So I said, I'll never work for anyone again. This is the suckiest thing I've done in my life. I went in the car. I started to cry. I was so emotional. I cried. And then I wrote down 3 or 4 things I'm going to do with my life. And I pursued one of those. And that was my first company. And that's what I tell entrepreneurs, just write down something and go pursue it. It's just an entry point into the journey. It's not the destination.
What were the other 3 things you wrote down?
Well, at that time I wrote, I wanted to do an ad agency. I wrote down interactive kiosks for college campuses. And I don't remember the third one. But those are the two that I had. And then I went after the kiosk business for college campuses. And that's where I started my first, foray into being a true entrepreneur.